Yes, hello. The from which part of the world that you are. I hope you're all doing well. Now, last series we talked about the interface of Power BI, and at that point, believing that at least we are good, we know how to navigate through different interfaces. So basically, today we want to look into how do you connect our data sources into how do you connect our data sources into different or how do you connect Power BI with our different data sources? And the one we are starting with is Excel. Now I want you to have a look at these two um spreadsheets. So the first one is XLS file, and the other one is a CSV file. So allow me to open the Excel file first. So this is just but a data set, like you could be having any. It's an order showing just different orders placed. It's a sales data based on different regions, different customers, different segments, countries, states, cities, and based on product categories and subcategories and specific product. So assuming you want to analyze this data and you want to visualize it, or even you want to automate it so that anytime you upload a similar data set, it automatically updates. So how can we easily connect these in Power BI? Now, this is one of the easiest step. So just stay tuned. So we are going to open Power BI. I hope you remember that. You just launch it from your Windows app launcher here. So once you click on it, you'll be here. You'll have an interface like this, and then you click on blank report. Then you'll be here. So allow me to close this because I already have a blank report. So I want to first save my data. So I'm going to add a data set before I save, sorry, or let me save before I add data set. So I'm going to save it. I can do it specific location. Let me just browse. So we have different ways of saving these. If you control S or you click on file, there's save as, and if you click on that, it'll give you options to select where you want to save it from. So I can save it here. Then I want to call this one Superstore. I'll call this one Superstore. Then you can see the file extensions for Power BI is PBIX. It's not any other extension. So once I've done that, I'll hit OK, and then I'll be back here. So it will tell me that the last time my PBIX was saved was today at 12:02 p.m. That's East African time. So I want to see how do I now start the process of adding data in this. So one, I can import data from Excel by clicking here. I hope you can see this. Two, I can click on Excel workbook just up here. Now, the other one is by clicking at get data here, and then there's also Excel work. So you can imagine how many options you can click on. Doing the same thing though. So I want us to start from Excel work by clicking on Excel work. So if you click on Excel workbook, it will open for you your file explorer options. Then you can now navigate to where that data is. So my data is stored here. It's stored here. Now you can see I have the XLS file. Remember, on the other folder, I had two extensions, the CSV and the XLS. So you cannot see the CSV here because I have selected Excel rather than CSV. It's different. So I'm going to select the XLS file and then I'm going to hit open. So that is going to link. Actually, it's a bit of linking because BI does not act as a DB. So I'm going to link that Excel file together with Power BI. Now, if I want to preview this data, I'm going to click on this sheet here. Now that Excel just have one sheet. In the event you have an Excel with more than one sheet, then you will see the list of all the sheets here, and then you can select any. As we move forward, we'll be able to see that. So I'm going to select on this. Now, if you select on it, it gives you preview of your data. You can see that. But then if you select on this checkbox here, it activates this button. So one is load, another one is transform. So if you click transform, it will open what we call Power Query, which we are using in Power BI for data cleaning. We will get there on how do we do data cleaning in Power BI. So here we want to directly load this data because we are not having intentions of cleaning it as at this point. We're just seeing how can we load it. Then I'm going to hit load. So once I've done that, I'm going to give it a few more seconds, sorry, so that it can establish connections with my Excel. It is now sometimes, depending on how your configurations are done, you will have to close this Excel file for it to load to your Power BI, unless you do some configurations that we'll be learning in advanced levels. So if you're trying to load it and it's giving you an error, just know that either your Excel file needs to be closed for it to proceed with the loading. Up to that point, I have successfully loaded the Superstore data into Power BI. Now I can easily model this. You see, I click on this, I click on country, I can model this in a BI based on sales, just like that. We have talked on different elements. I can easily model any information or any data set that I need here based on any of the provided variables that I'm having here. Yeah, don't worry about the visuals. We'll be learning them in details in a bit. Now, after that, we're just going to delete that visual. So I'm pretty sure now you've seen how you can easily connect your Excel data to your Power BI. Now, that is Excel. So, there's a difference between Excel and CSV. So in most cases, those are the two conflicting uh, data sets. Most people confuse the CSV, which is comma delimited, together with the XLS. So this is the standard Excel. These are different data set. Now it's actually the same because if I open it, it has the same content, but with different file extensions. Another question is, how do we load CSV into Power BI? I've combined both CSV and Excel file because in most cases they a bit look similar in structure. They're both like spreadsheet, depending on the tool you're using. So for me to load a CSV file, I'm going to go to data, then I'm going to locate a CSV. So I have here text and stroke CSV. So I'm going to click on that. Now you see if I do that here on Superstore, the Excel file is not here. So just have the CSV file. So I'm going to click on the CSV file, then I'm going to open this. So once I have opened that, you see the difference. So on CSV, I'm given a preview by default. I'm given a preview by default. Now, this preview, I can choose different things. So we have different encoding means for CSV. So depending on origin, you can choose, but by default, it will auto detect. Then the delimiters, if it was a text, it should have some commas. So you know how I don't know if you know how txt file looks like. I'll quickly show you how to do that. For instance, I'll come here. I want to change this one to simple txt file. So I'll just change the file extension of this to zip, and then I'm going to hit yes. Okay, I need to delete some space here. I want to change this to zip. Okay. Yeah, sorry, it's my cursor that is misbehaving. Good. So, oh, it's not changing because my Excel file is open. So I'll close it and then I'll proceed and change it to a zip file. So if I do that, I want to open this one, and then I'm going to get that specific sheet in the worksheet. So it's this one. So I'm going to copy it and I want to paste it here. So I can open this one with a notepad. So if I open this one in the notepad, you can see this one is structurally not in Excel, but that's still the same data set. So you can consider this one XML file. So they're more following same procedures with CSV and text files. So you can have a look at these. So if I had such a file, then I want to define in BI up to what point are my data set separated. For example, you look at this row 45 span, and then it's coming all through up to somewhere here, or up to the subsequent row. So if I had some separators, so depending on the type of text file that you're having, your data set can either be separated using commas or using you know a full stop or whatever. So you can choose the delimiter here. So also you can auto detect data type based on the entire data set, or you don't detect data type. So just let it do that based on the first 200 rows so that it can convert the rest. So because we are not transforming as well, sorry, I just want to proceed and load this one direct here. So you can see I have Superstore and I have this other one called Superstore. So the second one is the CSV. First one is the Excel file. Both of them have successfully loaded them to Power BI. So I wanted to see something. So I'm coming back here. I want to get this one back to be Excel file because I've just done Excel. So I'm converting that one back to an Excel file. I'm going to delete this sheet. So I want to open this data set. I want us to have a look at something very quick. So I want to see what is the total sales from this data set. Like I want to tabulate all these sales in Power BI so that we can just quickly see something. So I'm going to use a card. We will learn all the visuals. Then I'm going to do by sales. So this is going to give me around 2.6 million. So let me just make the callout value to be without any visual so that I can see the entire value. So the total sales is around 2.261536.78 million. So assuming I've modified this data, for example, I want to take out half of these in this Excel sheet. So I'm coming here, hold Control Shift down key arrow to delete everything, highlight everything from going downwards. Then I'm going to save this data. So remember, I've deleted half of it. So when I come back to here, then I refresh. It's refreshing to blank values. There's not allowed for column size. So allow me to check what the problem is. Allow me to undo this. Close. I want to delete the Superstore dataset. It's not affecting what is happening. I'm just deleting it to make my explanations a bit easier. Okay, so let me open again the Superstore dataset. So before I do that, I want to create a copy so that we don't lose our data. So let me open this. Then I want to move down as well. So from here, I want to remove all these data sets. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to close it. So when I come back here, I'm going to refresh it again. Good. Now you see, I have deleted almost half of the cells. Now our sales is now back to 1.12089.67 millions. Now I wanted to do this. Let me just go back. I want to use now actual data set. So assuming I have a new data set, this one here and this one. Remember, they're all in this folder called Excel to PBI. So assuming I want to use this one instead of this one, but this one is in a different folder. Or in most cases, if somebody sends you a Power BI file and then you want to with the same data set, so you know it cannot sync unless you change the directory. So assuming this data was in this folder, this is a different folder. Remember, this other one is also in a different folder. So when I am here, I do not want to refresh this one, but I want to get the original one, which is this one here. So when I am here, I am going to check on our recent sources, which are these ones. So I can manage I can manage my sources. So you see, when we are talking of options here, we had these data source settings. So on data source settings, this is where my data source is. So I can change the source of this data set as long as it matches. So I can browse and now point it to this original one in this different folder. So in anytime somebody sends you a Power BI with the data set, ensure you change the source so that it can sync with the source, so that even if you do modifications on the raw data set, it will still be able to reflect. So once I've done that, so there are changes in your queries have been applied. So I'll just apply changes because I have automatically changed the source. So you can see it's now collecting data from the other data set rather than this other data set. Yes, so basically that is how we connect Excel to our Power BI, and from that we can do a number of collections. Now we are going to learn how do you connect to web, how do you connect to um I'm going to do Salesforce, I'm going to do PDF in the next video. So the next video should be coming out soon, probably immediately after this. So you just stay tuned. If you want to know how do you connect Excel to Kobo, how do you connect Excel to other web sites, how do you connect it to PDF, watch out for the next video. So I think that will be the last one, and maybe we will, in the advanced levels, we'll see how to connect it to the SQL servers or data servers and workflows. So for now, let's take a break at that point and well, wait for the next video. And thank you for watching. Remember to ensure that your notifications are on for our next class.